I was just an average student, low marks, no focus, always distracted. My days blurred together, scrolling on my phone, hoping something would stick. But nothing changed until I realized the difference wasn't intelligence, it was my system. In just 1 month, I rewired how I studied and became a top scorer. I stopped passive reading, fought distractions, and focused on what actually works. Today, I'm sharing the exact system I used, step by step, so you can do it too. This isn't about working harder, but working smarter. Ready to change your results? Let's dive in. The first thing I changed was ditching passive studying. For so long, I thought just spending hours with my books open meant I was learning, but I realized I was just going through the motions. Highlighting and rereading felt productive, but my brain wasn't retaining anything. I'd color entire pages and reread my notes over and over, but when it came time to actually use that knowledge, it just wasn't there. So I made a rule: close the book and explain the concept without looking. If I could teach it out loud, I knew I was actually learning, not just memorizing words. If I couldn't, I knew I didn't really get it. Active recall became my secret weapon. I'd shut my notes, grab a blank page, and write down everything I could remember. Sometimes, I'd even draw diagrams or mind maps from memory to see how much I truly understood. At first, it was tough. My mind would blank out, and I'd feel frustrated. But that struggle is what makes your brain stronger. Every time I couldn't recall something, I'd check the facts and try again. That feeling of frustration, it's actually your brain rewiring itself to remember better next time. This loop of retrieval and feedback locked the concepts in. It wasn't about how many times I read something, it was about how many times I could recall it without help. I started using flashcards and quizzing myself, making the process more interactive and challenging. Sometimes, I'd record myself explaining a topic out loud, like I was teaching it to a friend. If I stumbled, I knew I needed to review that part. Hearing my own explanations helped me spot gaps I didn't notice before. Teaching, even to yourself, forces you to confront gaps in your knowledge. Instead of feeling lost in a sea of highlighters, I started to see patterns and real understanding. My brain was finally waking up. I realized that true learning is about making connections, not just memorizing isolated facts. Want instant results? Try this tonight. Read a page, close the book, and explain it to your wall. It might feel silly, but it's one of the fastest ways to test what you actually know. If you can't, go back and fill in the blanks. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Each correction is a step closer to mastery. Repeat until you can do it without peeking. The more you practice, the easier it gets, and soon you'll be able to recall information effortlessly. You'll be shocked at how much more you actually retain. Active recall works for essays, history, even languages. It's a universal technique that makes your study sessions way more effective. The key is to force your brain to work, not just watch. Every time you struggle, you're building stronger memory pathways. That effort is what transforms short-term cramming into long-term understanding. It feels uncomfortable at first, but that discomfort is growth. Don't fool yourself with passive reading. Embrace the challenge, and you'll see real progress. Challenge yourself. Close the book and see what you really know. That's where the magic happens. When you push past your comfort zone, you unlock your true learning potential. I used to think that the longer I studied, the better my results would be. I'd sit at my desk for hours, convinced that sheer time spent would equal success. But honestly, my 6-hour study marathons were mostly just me getting distracted, zoning out, and not really absorbing much. Everything changed when I discovered the power of 2-hour deep focus blocks. I made a rule: no phone, no social media, no distractions, just pure, undisturbed concentration. I'd pick one topic, shut out everything else, and fully commit to mastering it for those 2 hours. Those 2 hours, when done right, were more productive than any long, unfocused session I'd ever had. My brain stayed fresh, my motivation stayed high, and I actually got way more done in less time. I made my study environment distraction-proof: phone out of sight, notifications off, a clean desk, and a clear to-do list right in front of me. Before starting, I'd write down exactly what I wanted to accomplish in those 2 hours. Having a specific goal made a huge difference. That specificity made me accountable. The first few sessions were tough. I kept reaching for my phone out of habit, and my mind wandered a lot. But after about a week, deep focus started to feel natural. The urge to scroll faded, and I found myself actually looking forward to these focused sessions. I started using a timer to keep myself honest. Setting a countdown made each minute feel valuable, and I was less likely to waste time. The ticking clock made me realize how precious my study time really was. If my mind wandered, I'd gently bring it back, reminding myself, these 2 hours are for me, for my growth. Between blocks, I'd take real breaks. No screens, just a walk outside, a stretch, or a snack. These breaks helped me recharge and avoid burnout. This reset my brain for the next session. I came back feeling refreshed, focused, and ready to tackle the next challenge. The quality of my work skyrocketed. I wasn't just finishing tasks, I was actually understanding them. My notes became clearer, my recall sharper, and my confidence grew with every session. If you're struggling to make progress or just feel stuck, try the 2-hour deep focus rule. It's a game changer. Short, intense bursts of focus will take you further than endless distracted hours ever could. You'll be amazed at how much you can accomplish. It's not about quantity, it's all about quality. Start small. Even one deep focus block a day can change your results. Build from there and watch your productivity soar. Remember, focused sessions always beat long, distracted hours. The difference in your results will be obvious. Make it your new standard and see how much more you can achieve. My phone was my biggest enemy. It was always there, tempting me with notifications, messages, and endless scrolling. Every time I tried to focus, it would buzz or light up, pulling my attention away from what really mattered. Every notification pulled me out of focus, so I banished my phone from my study space. I started leaving it in another room or locking it away in a drawer before I sat down to work. Out of sight, out of mind, it was transformative. Suddenly, I wasn't constantly checking for updates or feeling that itch to pick up my phone. At first, it felt weird, almost uncomfortable, like something was missing. But after a few days, the urge faded, and I realized how much mental space I was gaining. My mind was clearer, and I wasn't living in anticipation of the next ping. I could finally immerse myself in my work without constant interruptions. I told my family about my study times so they wouldn't interrupt. Setting boundaries at home made a huge difference. They respected my focus time, and I felt more supported. I closed unnecessary tabs, logged out of social media, and used website blockers. I even set up timers to limit my access to distracting sites during study hours. By removing the option entirely, I freed up energy for learning. I didn't have to fight temptation every minute. I just made it impossible to give in. My focus deepened, and my study sessions became more productive. I could get through material faster and actually remember what I learned. When a distracting thought popped up, I jotted down and promised to handle it later. This way, I didn't lose my train of thought or get sidetracked by random ideas. This tiny habit stopped my brain from spiraling into unrelated tasks. It was like giving my mind permission to let go and refocus. I decluttered my desk. Only study materials allowed. No snacks, no gadgets, just the essentials for learning. My workspace became a signal. When I sat down, my brain knew it was time to work. The clean environment helped me get into the right mindset instantly. On tough days, I'd play soft instrumental music or ambient sounds to keep my mind from wandering. The gentle background noise helped me stay present and calm. Be ruthless with distractions. Protect your focus like it's gold. Don't be afraid to take drastic steps if that's what it takes. Over time, my attention span grew. I could sit for longer periods, dive deeper into topics, and actually enjoy the process of learning. I could sit longer, think deeper, and actually enjoy the process. Studying stopped feeling like a chore and started feeling rewarding. It felt like unlocking a superpower. The more I practiced, the easier it became to stay focused and motivated. Remember, your phone is your biggest enemy. It's designed to steal your attention, so don't let it win. If you want real results, put it out of reach. Make it inconvenient to access, and you'll be amazed at the difference. Out of sight equals out of mind. The less you see your distractions, the less power they have over you. You'll be amazed at how much you can get done. Tasks that used to take hours now take minutes, and you'll finish with energy to spare. Make your environment work for you. Set yourself up for success by designing a space that supports your goals. Focus is your greatest asset. Guard it fiercely, and you'll unlock your true potential. I used to cram the night before every test, but cramming is like building a sandcastle before the tide comes in. It doesn't last. That's when I discovered spaced repetition. Instead of revising everything in one go, I spread my reviews out. Day 1, Day 3, Day 7. Each time I came back to a topic, it stuck a little better. This method locks information into long-term memory. I made a simple revision calendar and scheduled short review sessions after learning something new. Each session was quick, just enough to test my recall and fill in gaps. This broke the cycle of panic and forgetfulness. Spaced repetition took the pressure off and gave me confidence. I also used flashcards, digital or paper, it doesn't matter. The key was to test myself, not just read the answers. If I got something wrong, I'd review it sooner. Successes got pushed back, failures reviewed more often. Group study sessions helped too. We'd quiz each other and explain answers out loud. If you don't have a group, try recording yourself and playing it back. I started to see patterns and connections between topics. My memory felt stronger and exam stress disappeared. If you want to remember more with less effort, start using spaced repetition today. Small, consistent reviews beat last-minute cramming every time. Trust the process. Top students don't just consume information, they produce. Real mastery comes from practicing questions, writing answers, and doing mock tests. For every hour I spent learning, I spent another hour practicing. I'd find old exam questions, set a timer, and write out full answers. No notes, no peeking. This trained my brain to retrieve information under pressure. Mock tests became my best friend. I simulated exam conditions, no resources, strict timing, no interruptions. Each attempt built my confidence and exposed gaps I wouldn't have seen otherwise. I reviewed my mistakes carefully, treating every error as a lesson. I'd write out the right answer, then test myself again a few days later. This output-focused approach made me active, not passive. My answers got sharper, my thinking clearer, and my exam technique improved. Each question I tackled made me feel more prepared for the real thing. If you want to stand out, shift your focus from input to output. Don't just watch or read, write, solve, and explain. The more you produce, the more you learn. Make this your new habit. If you're tired of being average, start using this system today. Subscribe, because the next topper could be you. You don't need to be a genius to see massive results, just the right system. Everything I shared worked for me, and it can work for you too. The transformation starts with one small change. Hit subscribe and let me know in the comments. What's your biggest study struggle? Let's make the next topper you. Let me know.